workshops now this afternoon to spend a couple of days in London, and then we'll hopefully be getting the electrics in the week following that, and then I will be going up to Newcastle Puppet Festival, not using the van as a venue, but I will be staying in it, as will some of the cast of my show with Wandering Hands Theatre Company. So I will be kind of testing out, hoping that the insulation that I've put in works. So I thought I'd just give you a quick show around. I've got it to a point where I'm kind of happy with it. I've had a few mishaps that I will tell you about. So yeah, I thought, as you can see here, we've managed to get in all of the insulation. That's on the ceiling as well. And you can see just about there, see the skylight. Now this was an issue. If you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen what happened with this skylight here. You can see it's got no top on it at the minute. And this is because over the weekend I stayed in the workshops and we fitted the skylights, we fitted the roof vents. We didn't manage to get the big skylight, which will be going in here, which is a big caravan window that we're installing in the roof. But I got both Fiamma roof vents in and then went to reverse out of the workshop and hit into the frame of the door. Now these are big loading bay doors here. So this is the door that I came out of, and the roof vents obviously added a little bit more height than I expected, and unfortunately I hit into the frame and broke this back roof vent, and have really damaged it beyond repair. So I will be having to replace that. At the moment that's now got like polythene plastic over it and loads of duct tape, so hopefully that's watertight. But the other one here over the bed is beautiful and it's just so nice to have a vent over the bed area, and especially on such lovely days like this. The rest of the insulation has gone in, and I will be foiling all of the edges. Usually use alley foil for this, but I here at the scenery workshops they often have to do things like that and cover things with alley foil, and actually a really strong silver foil from Lakeland and some spray adhesive means that it does exactly the same job and is a lot cheaper and a lot more time efficient. So that's what I'm going to be doing, maybe a little bit this afternoon before I leave, and then we'll be trying to get that done before I get all the ply on the walls. The door here was most of yesterday's work, insulating this and battening it, because on the outside there was a weather seal, and I changed the hinge around so that the door now opens outwards for space saving and for general ease of use. It means that I don't have a door that's in my space. It means I can have a ladder there. So yeah, I had to take off the original weather seal, which was attached to the van, and attach that to the door, which was a lot trickier than you might imagine. And I've got a nice seal in there and a nice seal in this side of the door. It looks a little bit messy, but actually at the minute aesthetics on the outside is not really what I'm worried about. I just needed to have a weather tight box to live in, which brings me to my best bit so far, is this beautiful bed area. So you can tell what my priorities are. So yeah, I managed to get a nice lip on here as well, and this will have hooks or like maybe even a curtain rail hanging across it, so that during shows I can run a blackout curtain. The whole space is going to be blacked out when the van's used as a performance space, so I'll be able to hang blackout material across the whole space, and also it allows for hooks for certain puppets maybe to hang off, or fairy lights, or just kind of one of those spaces that I can really use. And then the rest of the bed area was quite a pain, quite difficult to insulate. This has a floor in it that I made, and then the actual hardboard of the truck was really quite warped. So the frame wouldn't sit flat, so we had to fill underneath the frame with expanding foam, and then try and get it all level and all set without it kind of moving around too much, which is a quite difficult job. But managed to also get this curved wall in here, and then the side walls as well. There will be I'm going to get some beading that goes there, but I'm actually going to make my own beading. I'm going to use rope instead of like a quadrant bead or something that you might use on a straight wall. The idea came from one of the guys here, I think, said that they've used rope to kind of edge a piece of woodwork before, and I just really like that idea. I think aesthetically it's going to look really nice. But for now, I've got to stop thinking about the aesthetics of it. I've got it to a practical point of insulation and of livability. And then after these few days, I'm going to get the electrics in so that I can have 12 volts and hopefully the possibility to have my 240 electric hookup, so I can practically live in the van when and where I need to. And then April, I will be sorting out my crowdfunder. Now, the van, as some of you know if you've been following me in my conversion so far, will be turned into a puppet theatre and professional making workshop. So it'll be a touring venue that allows me to perform in, and also I want it to become a space where artists can come and perform and not have to worry about venue hire fees. At the minute, the financial situation of the industry in general and of a lot of arts funding getting cut, and the cost actually of performing is becoming quite restrictive towards small companies and solo artists that want to perform but can't hire the venue that they want to perform in. So I really want to become a space, a platform for that, and in order to do that I'm going to need some help. So my crowdfunder will be launched at the end of April, I reckon, where you can see all the final designs for the staging, for how I'm going to be using the space as a multi-purpose space for both a workshop and a performing venue. So do keep up to date with that. If you want to become part of the mailing list, please do write a comment, subscribe, and I will add you onto the mailing list, and you can keep up to date with all of my adventures with Powell Puppets and with Penny, the puppet van. So watch this space. There's now going to be some really exciting things happening. So take it easy.